Okay, now that we have WordPress installed, it's time to tweak some of our settings, and let me show you how you're going to be able to log into your website. Let's say like you bookmark your website for easy access and you want to get behind your website to the WordPress dashboard. It's very simple to do. Let me scroll this down for a second. Right up here is your URL. So at the end of it, type in WP-admin. All lowercase, and that's going to call up your widget box where you put in your username and the password that we changed in the last video, and that's going to take you to the WordPress dashboard. There's a lot of different stuff in here. This is the main page of the dashboard. These are what are known as widgets. A lot of people ask me, what are widgets? See how these things move around? You just left click your mouse and you can hold them and move things around. I don't use too much in here in the main dashboard. The real meal deal is located over here in the left sidebar. This is how you access every part of your website to do a lot of things. So, what we're going to do in this video is we are going to change our settings. We already changed, if you remember, our password. Let me move this back up. We're going to go to, if you scroll all the way down, it's got your general settings tab. So we're going to take a look at some things that we need to change. First one is in the general settings. Up right here is the site title. So you want to put whatever the name of your business or the name of your site. Like I have Chicago in here because this is a local business. You might want to do the same, make it different than your business name. Your tagline, by default, it says just another WordPress website. You can put a little description in here up to, I think, 160 characters. Where this shows up, if you ever noticed on a Google search, and I'll show you where this is important to fill these out. Let's say we do a Google search for Chicago drywall. Okay, let's look at some of our search results here. Okay, do you see what it says here? In the link area, and then right here there's a little saying underneath the searches. You've noticed that a lot. Okay, that's what shows up. Whatever you put here is going to be the link. Whatever you put down here is what's going to show up in the search results. Okay. Technically, this is your title tag. And this is your meta description tag. Well, they're all meta tags of one sort or another, but this is your meta description tag, and this is your title tag. These things pertain to Google search. Google critters are looking at these things to tell what your website is about. So these are important. You'll want to pull out the keyword research in your list that you have and use those in there. Okay. We're going to install the all-in-one SEO pack later. We'll get to that, which is going to override this anyway. But for now, go ahead and fill that all out. You can put your email address in here. Time zone, I'm Chicago. There's a drop-down list. You can change that. And that's pretty much here. Then you would just click Save Changes. And we're good to go on our general settings. Next, writing. One of the things that I like to do, and you'll see this when we get to the next video of making posts and pages. The area in which I like to set up the posts and pages, I'd like it to be more than 10. I'd like it to be 20. That's the only thing I change in the writing settings, and we'll get to that. You'll see what I changed here in a moment, or in the next video when we go over posts and pages. So make that a little bigger so you can see what you're doing when you're putting your pages and posts together. Reading. You got two different choices with WordPress. You can have a standard blog, which would mean that your home page, your front page, it always shows your latest posts. And we're going to get to the difference between posts and pages in the next video. For my purposes, since this is a business website, I have a static home page, okay? And once you set up some pages, which we'll do in the next video, you can come back to your reading settings here and pick out what you want to be your front page. Then, like I said, we're going to have a blog. And we're going to get to what that is as well. And that's, you would select that there. By default, it is set to 10 to show 10 blog posts and to show 10 posts in a feed. We'll get to what feeds. There's no need to know what feeds are right now. But do change that to 5 because having 10 posts takes a long time for your page to load, and you want it to load quickly. So these are some settings you can make a note to come back here once we set up some pages. To make it a static page if you're going to want like a standard website with your blog in the background, not visible from the home page other through a navigation link. So once you have that, then click Save Changes, and then scroll back down, and the next most important thing in the settings is our permalinks. Now I'm not going to get to the too much technical stuff because this is just a basic setup course, but on the video page and in the PDF I gave you this little snippet of code right here. Okay, you need to click on custom structure and then paste that in there. That's postname.html, and what that's going to do is set up your URL structure to have the name of your post, and this is going to help with search rankings. So it's important to change this right away, and then click Save Changes. Okay, we've done our basic settings. Tools, you can close that up because you're not going to use that very often. Users, that's some more advanced stuff if you're having a high traffic and a multi-site and stuff like that. Plugins, we're going to get into those. Those are really cool. They're going to add a lot of functionality to the website. That's one of the great things about WordPress. A lot of this functionality that you can purchase in a plugin, you'd have to pay a lot of money for a developer to put together. And there's a lot of free plugins, and there's a lot of I'll give you an example. If you want to have, like, say, like a photo slideshow, okay, there's a plugin for that where you can load up your photos and it'll display different ways, all different kinds of plugins, and we're gonna get into those. Themes, or appearance, excuse me. This is where you get to themes, widgets, menus, background, header, editor. We're gonna upload our theme in the next video, but what I want to show you now is the widget area, okay? Because this is going to be one of your most used areas other than making posts and pages. So let's go check out the widget area. Okay, this is your widget area, and in the theme that I have installed right now, it's only got one sidebar. You noticed it had a main page, and then over to the right it had a sidebar. Well, this determines, these are cool little widget areas. Every one of these represents an area on the website, okay, on the page. That's what these represent. And you can put different things in there. Say like you wanted a drop-down list of your pages so people could find your pages easy. You could put a title in it. I'll put my pages. You could exclude certain pages, and then you would click Save. Like everything in WordPress, it's drag or drop, okay? And there's going to be other widgets that we're going to go and get. This is just the stock. What else could we put over there so you can see some of these categories? A drop-down list, or you can put it. We'll make this a drop-down. I'll show you what that looks like. My cats, and we'll click Save. Now, let's say that you wanted to just write some plain text, or you had a code, a video code or something that you wanted to put in the sidebar. You could use this right here. It's a blank widget for that. Now just put test. We'll put something in there later. We'll save that. Close. Now again, if you go up here in the left, this is how you get to the front page of your website. Click on that, and you notice it's got my pages, my drop-down list. Okay, so this is a widget area here, and that's how you control what's on there. When we upload some of our themes, you're going to have a lot of different options of how you want to structure your page. Maybe you want sidebars on either side. I mean, the possibilities are endless with some of the themes that we're going to go into as far as setting up your site. But that's what the widget areas are. Now that we're on the home page, I want you to notice also you do have a navigation bar now, rather than being along the side up here, that you can get to a lot of things. Okay, your widget areas, your main dashboard, and then that disappears when you're back here. Okay. Okay, so we have all of our general settings all taken care of. So the next thing is uploading themes, and that's what we'll do on the next video. We'll get underway. All right, great.